3 Cents Podcast is brought to you by Integrity Roofing and Siding. These guys are awesome when it comes to roofing needs, but also siding and renovation. They do gutters. These are year-round issues, and Integrity Roofing and Siding is there for you 24/7 year-round. Need a roofer? Our roofer is Integrity Roofing and Siding, 210-340-7663. 210-340-7663. The official roofing company of 3 Cents Podcast is Integrity Roofing and Siding.
No holiday break for the 3 Cents Podcast. We are live. We are doing it live on a Tuesday, less than a week to go now until Christmas. And do not adjust your devices, ladies and gentlemen. We do have 3 cents. We have a quorum today, but our dear friend and colleague Mike Taylor is unavailable to join us right now. So the great LG, who we speak about so highly every week, but now we're going to get to see him for the whole show today.
Hello.
I was saying, Mike looks really, really Mexican today.
Yeah. Although no Mexican blood over here.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. It's what?
Yeah.
It's
It's a lot.
A lot,
it's
right?
But it's mostly Asian. Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Got it.
I would have thought you were like straight Mexican from Market Square, bro. I kid you not.
Nombre, shut up. So LG, Cleto Rodriguez, Ernie Zuniga here. Have you done the Ancestry.com, or have you ever done that DNA 23andMe stuff? I'm
10% Congo.
What?
That's what I found out. Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a joke there.
I'm assuming there is.
And also, like, I got a lot of. I think it was my mom. At her side of the family, it was 30% French.
Okay.
And my dad's side was more of Mexican.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like deep, like Wakahala kind of stuff.
I got you.
So he's the real deal.
Okay.
But when the 10% Congo threw me off on my mom's side. But
so I was just thinking about that. Well, because you mentioned with LG, but also it was about this time, I think like 3 or 4 years ago, my wife for a Christmas, one of the gifts she gave me, whatever. Because I went
really
through
is that what you wanted?
Well, no. Well, here's why. I was in a phase. I was in a genealogy phase.
Okay.
Where and this happens every few years, where I get fascinated with the Zuniga lineage, because when my wife was in high school, she did this for a project many years ago. She was able to trace her ancestry back like 16 generations. As a matter of fact, my wife is related. We might have mentioned this before. Is related to the Habe family in Castroville, the bakery.
Oh, really?
You ever been to Habe's Bakery?
We did a Where's Cleto out there.
So she, and was able to trace, and finally,
so she's
it ended up in Castroville.
Alsatian or something,
among other things. But anyway, and so I went through a phase. But I got about 5 generations.
Oh wow.
To where in the Zunigas are in a village in central Mexico somewhere, and the trail went cold. But she said so she knew how much I was enjoying that at the time, so she got me that. And not surprisingly, a lot of Native American, a lot of Spanish blood for me. And then, yes, like 4% Italian.
Oh, yeah.
And, it was a poquito de todo, a little bit of, but at any rate, so.
I had a joke about that because I remember going on stage and saying, we did the Ancestry.com. My mom her family comes all the way back to the 1800s. It's like it goes down to 1830 on the French side.
Oh.
And I said, and my dad's, they're from the 1830 block of Las Palmas. That's where all the genealogy started right there. So,
yes.
It's like they're all 5 points.
Yeah, really? I think that was their reaction when you told them.
It.
That was a quote, I believe.
You know what I feel like right now?
What's that?
I feel like Michael Jackson when Jermaine left the group.
Oh.
Because to my right, I don't see Mike here, and it's freaking me out. It's like, I feel like Michael, where's Jermaine? It's like, Jermaine's not here. It's like, he's not here. Like freaking out,
The good thing is he'll be back. He's not gone forever. He's just.
Well, you're like Randy, okay? You're
Randy
on my
Tito.
left side.
Who's Tito?
You're on my left side.
Yes.
LG's Tito,
Okay.
and then
Yeah,
but
I
Jermaine's not on my right side.
Okay.
You know, he's not here.
Yeah. So
Who else saw American Dream? Anybody saw that movie?
No, I haven't seen a lot of movies. But LG is our resident world traveler.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Here we go.
So no, I was just wondering, like, in terms of tracing your family lineage or everything.
I've got some crazy stuff, man. Like, I'm Texan. Deep Texas.
Oh,
my,
wow.
my ancestry are some of the first Irish settlers here in Texas.
Oh, wow.
Are you familiar with George West, Texas?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that used to be called Fox Nation back in the late 1700s.
Really?
Okay.
And it was settled by a bunch of Irish settlers who came down here. And that's where my dad's side of the family is from over there. So I can go to George West. There's a graveyard there called the Gussettville Cemetery. And it's actually got my last name on some of the headstones with dates back to the 1700s.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
what's your last name? Lawrence?
It's Goines, Goynes. But I don't know how that came about, but it somehow came from McMurray's and McGowan's.
Yeah, you know, the
Yeah.
Irish, yeah.
So were
Yeah,
you
yeah.
McGoins at one point?
I think it was McGowan, but it got Ellis
McGowan's,
Island.
yeah.
No, you got Ellis Island.
I think that's what happened.
Ellis Island.
He did once upon a time.
But yeah, my
used to be
my
flattery.
my
He would've
Texas
been LA
roots run.
going.
In fact, if you take the exit off, what is it, 37 going down
south,
towards George
yeah.
West?
Yeah,
If you
going
take
south.
the George West exit, and I kid you not, pull over to the right and look underneath the overpass. There's a sign there that says Goines Junction.
What?
That's the land. My uncle, great uncle, used to run a bed and breakfast right at that corner. right
Nice.
there, yeah.
Telling you, this is one of the most interesting men in the world. You know,
But
this-
my other side, my mom's Chinese Indonesian, and it's all crazy. It's a long, windy road. My dad is half Filipino, half Texan.
okay.
Wow.
So it's
That is crazy. It's like they met at a Greyhound bus station or something.
yeah, something like that. yeah. My dad was born in Cavite, Philippines, near Manila.
Okay.
And he left there right before the Japanese invaded during World War II.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, a bunch of my uncles and aunts were put in the prison camp there during World War II.
Oh
So-
no.
I almost
goes
did,
crazy.
I almost did what every Philippine does when they hear that. They're like, Pacquiao. What?
No.
Just yell
The
out
first,
Pacquiao.
we were talking about how long I'd been working with Mike Taylor, and the first day that I worked with Mike Taylor, he was on a remote. So he didn't even see me. He was somewhere. I was back at the station running the board,
I can imagine.
and basically he was like, "Oh yeah, we were supposed to go to a break. We were supposed to go to traffic, and we used to play the Ludacris song, "The Move, Get Out the Way," every time we would go to traffic." And I didn't know that like the brakes were floating. They weren't hard brakes. Like we didn't have to go right at 15 minutes. He could have been, a little bit late. Didn't matter. But I thought they were hard brakes. So I was like yelling in his ears, like, "We got to go to break. 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Throw to traffic. He's like, "Who the hell is this telling me to go to traffic?" So he just immediately started calling me Larry Pacquiao. Because he was like, he thought I was Filipino, and he was like, and which I am, but he was like, so, all jokes aside,
Larry
you know how
Pacquiao.
Mike is. He makes fun of every race.
Yeah. I know, Mike's
every
equal
It
opportunity.
doesn't matter what it has to do with Philippines. Everyone just yells out Pacquiao.
Oh my
Never
God.
fails.
Yeah. To be fair, I am a Pacquiao fan. So,
Oh yeah, I am too.
yeah, who isn't?
He's
Why would
still
you be?
like, I know he ran for office at one point.
congressman, yeah.
He still is.
I think he still is,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
I actually have a Pacquiao for
You know what
Congress
hurt-
poster
you know
on,
what
my,
hurt him
on my
is-
bedroom wall.
You know what hurt him is the fact that he's really nice. He
heard.
could
He can,
fight.
he's got some pop
He
albums,
got
too.
yeah. He's
like a triple threat.
He's like he's like De La Hoya. Wink, wink. Without the weird stuff,
I still need to watch that.
That documentary is really good.
Yeah.
If you get a chance, watch it. It's really good. It explains a lot.
Okay, all
It
right.
explains a
You know,
lot.
he's got a local kid signed, Oscar De La Hoya, a local kid named Floyd. Oh man,
I saw that.
from
the
Kid
other day.
Austin. His last name is Floyd, but Kid Austin. Yeah, he's from here,
Okay.
but he goes by the name Kid Austin, and he's an up and coming boxer. That De La Hoya just signed him.
I just saw last Friday I was at home and last Saturday, and it was Friday. I was at home. I was sick, and
Yeah,
I was
you weren't feeling
watching.
well.
I was watching the. It was Saturday night because I was watching the Heisman, and after the Heisman Trophy, they had the 30 on 30 for the 1997 Heisman with Woodson and
Oh
and all
yes,
that
yes,
stuff.
yes,
So-
yes.
and Peyton Manning and all that. But then right after they had Saturday night boxing. And I was gonna look at it and see what's going on. And there was this kid who was the headliner from Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when it comes to Latino fighters, Puerto Rican, Colombian, Cuban, Mexican. I mean, I'm down.
You're
in. I'm in. I'm getting popcorn. I'm watching. So they had this Cuban fighter. He was a headliner. He was a title. It was a title fight, fighting a new kid from Mexico, 6'1", long reach, taller than the other guy. And this kid got leveled in the 5th round and fell down. And I'm thinking, oh, he's gonna lose. And this kid would not. This was his first title fight.
Wow.
And he wound up. It was like watching a taller Chavez kept coming at this guy, like getting hit. He's getting hit, but he's coming after him.
Yeah.
And he wants this fight. And it wasn't until the last round, the last few seconds, he's just wailing on this guy. And the Cuban fighter goes down. And I'm like, what did I just witness? The best fight ever. This kid came back. All you're missing is the Rocky music. That's all you're missing. And this kid showed so much heart. And he was like from Mexico. And I was like, yeah, we have a Mexico, all that stuff, right? And I was like, and then the match before that was this kid from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And he looked like Ryan Garcia. But man, this kid was, I forgot, Zejas. This kid can fight. This kid can fight. You watch him, you're going to hear more about this kid.
A lot of good fighters here in San Antonio, and that boxing tradition goes back many, many years. Have you ever boxed yourself?
I did. My brother at the YMCA, and it was the longest 3 minutes I ever had in my life. I was a little bit chubby, and I could not breathe. I was out of shape, and that was the only boxing match I ever had. I mean,
3 minutes is a long time.
It is a very long time.
In a ring,
it's a really long time.
We both stopped swinging. As a matter of fact, he was in one corner and I was in the other corner, and the time was still going.
Wait a minute.
We were like, I'm tired, bro. You tired? I'm tired too. I mean, we went in there, wanting to box, and we did really good for 2 minutes, and that was it. We kind of lost it after that. But yeah, have you ever boxed?
No, I have not, but I did an interview with Jesse James Leha not too long ago, and he at his gym, and he told me, he says, you got to try it. You got to get in here. You got to do it. And I know he's hosting or helping to promote next month. There's a boxing event at the Boeing Techport Arena where they're having local personalities or dignitaries, elected officials, people fight other
celebrity.
But it's for charity.
Yeah, right.
And I have nothing to do with it or anything.
before.
But I was just wondering, like, my gosh, if somebody asked me to fight or get in a ring with
I
somebody,
know.
like how would that go?
I know. I remember somebody wanted me to fight. Somebody was saying you should go in the ring and fight. I don't know if it was Mike Taylor or Billy Madison, one of them.
Oh.
And they were like, you need to go in there. And I go, there's only one problem. I don't know how to box.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was doing Jesse Leja's gig, and I was doing his workout. Matter of fact, Jesse was on the show. He just jumped on the show this morning for the Worst Culture show, and I was like, whoa, when you get celebrity like that, like that status, you kind of like freaks you out. And it's like I told him, I said, because we were talking about how I met my wife, and my wife, remind me about that one here. We'll get that.
Okay.
We'll get it to her. So, but it was having him on the show, and I did his workout. If you want to get a good workout, he's got this class that for 45 minutes to an hour, you're hitting the punching bag, you're jumping rope. You jump rope for 3 minutes, and it's equivalent to a mile.
Did you do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
No spoilers, but I literally just filmed Mike doing the entire thing.
Yeah.
At his gym.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I need to edit it together, and it's no joke.
It's no joke.
I watched a guy do a jump rope thing and I got exhausted watching it.
You do
exactly.
He goes, you do 9 minutes, and it's equivalent to 3 miles.
Did he make you run up the gym and like all around?
No, I didn't do that.
Oh, okay.
I didn't do that.
Did you go in the ring with him?
No, that's what stopped me from going, because he was getting itchy with me, and like, hey, you got good posture, you got good. No, I know what that means. That means you want to get in the ring and punch me out. And that's when I started. That's when I just happened to move toward Floresville, so I was no longer in the area, so I couldn't do it. So I just bought a punching bag, and I remember everything I did over there and how long. and I just worked out. And man, you put a sweat sauna suit.
I know. I've seen you with that suit on.
Man, you're losing weight left and right. I mean, it's one of the best. You get the wraps and you put that on your hands and it feels great. It feels really good, like the little things, the little wrist thing, the fist thing, and you wrap your hands up in the little whatever, the tape or whatever it's
Gauze
called.
or tape, whatever. Yeah,
and it's pretty cool.
Interesting stuff. Well, I don't know. We'll see.
I haven't had a fight like in years, like when I was in high school or something like that.
Gosh. Well, now I'm excited. I had no idea that Mike, did this, and so we'll have to, that's a good tease there. We'll have to, whenever that comes out.
Coming soon.
Coming soon. Mike the Crusher Taylor. I don't know what his.
Yep, he gets in the ring with Leha too.
Oh my God. But what do we say?
Just
to
hit the gloves.
Don't hit the face. Anything with the face.
Well, Leha got in the ring with me once for Worst Glaton, and he was wearing the gear, and he goes, "You can punch me as hard as you want." And I did, and it didn't even phase it.
Does he not seem like the most calm, cool, level-headed guy for being a former dude who used to beat the crap out of legendary boxers? Yeah,
he said one time that guys go up to him and they look at him and they're sizing him up, and then he just looks and goes, "Nah, bro, you can't." He just looks at me and says, "Nah, bro, you can't." And I'm like, because you look at him and you think, I could take him. No, you can't. And you look at it, and he goes, "No." And he's fast still.
He still looks like he could fight.
He looks like he
at a
could
competitive
get in the
level
ring and knock somebody out. He really does.
Man, yeah. So we'll see. I don't. 2024, in this crazy year of 23, when I've made my transition and some life changes and everything, I'm trying to be more open-minded to different things. So maybe I will try boxing in 2024. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really. I went to my eye doctor yesterday, and my eyesight's just right where it's at. So I'm like, I'm good. I'm like Rocky. Follow a little bird, and I see it. No, you don't see nothing.
Did you get a score? Your vision? What are you?
Well, same as I was. Yeah. I got to stay on
15, 27?
No, it's 20. It's 20/40.
Okay, yeah,
that makes it. But it's just because I got.
So you're doubling up on one eye.
Yes, and it's what it is it's blood in the back of my eye that's causing that. So I got to let it dry and all heal and all this stuff. So, but he says it's healing right, so it's healing great. Because I was gonna need surgery in January, which I would have been blind for about a month.
Oh,
Jesus!
And I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm all right. I'm gonna wait it out. He said it's healing properly, so I'm just gonna let it. I'm not gonna rush it.
All right. So the kids are out of school.
Kids are out of school. And the reason I was telling you about the thing about my wife is the fact that, you know what, I've seen your pickup lines with Tammy, and let me tell you something. You're blessed, bro. You're blessed.
I am blessed.
Yesterday, I had I needed to fill in for Vanessa, and
my wife show,
for my show. And I, for those of you that don't know, we all got our own little shows that
we do our thing.
And then this is when we get together, and we bent. And so I don't think my wife's listening right now.
Not yet,
because we're not on live. Or you're not on live, right?
No, I'm not live.
Okay,
we're live on, but I'm not live on my phone right now.
So my wife would, she was my guest yesterday, and I kid you not, you go back and look at that show, it looks like an argument without arguing.
Really?
Yeah, we both threw each other under the bus.
If looks could kill.
Oh, man. Roman was just talking to him alone. He goes, "Bro, I saw your podcast yesterday. I've never wanted to get divorced so fast in my life." I was like, wow. I was like, honey, I can't wait for you to fill in again.
Hey, yes. What are you doing on Thursday?
Yeah.
No, a shout out, by the way, speaking of live, to our friends on Facebook, Chance Madera, he's a funny guy. He's one of our regulars who's on right now. He says, you're getting old when your cell phone has the big font. So we're not there yet. But
I'm already there.
Oh, okay. I wasn't.
My phone was a notebook, and the reason I got it is because it had the big letters on it, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. I just bought. You know what I bought? A magnifying glass, because the words, that I have my readers.
You're like Sherlock Holmes now.
I have my readers, and if I'm reading a book, or I'm reading my devotional and my Bible, and I can't read the words.
There wasn't a monocle available.
No,
you need a monocle.
No, I need to get one. Oh. It's on its way on Amazon.
Are you serious?
You
ordered a monocle?
I ordered a monocle because
Genius.
I'm like this. with the magnifying glass.
Yeah, it's hands free.
Please do the show next week with your monocle.
I will.
on.
I'll bring the monocle.
That'll be our final. That'll be
the final
one of our
show?
final shows of the year. If
Of
not,
the year,
yeah. So what a great way to end the year.
I will bring my monocle in. And, like, hello, everybody. the
Monopoly Man. Yeah.
Most phones have a built-in like magnifier with the camera you can use.
No, I did not know that.
They've got everything.
Or you can just pinch to zoom.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, the thing is that it's a study Bible. It's got everything on the bottom of because here I got the app where I could read the Bible and I can hear it.
All right.
But I needed the study part to where
You need the physical Bible, one you can hold and swear upon.
Yeah, the one. Yeah, that one. But not only that, but just to let me know what it means, what I just read or heard, and that's where I get back to. That's what I'm like. But it's so hard because you want to go up with it, and then
Yeah.
And then next, I'm burning my Bible. It's like
No, don't put it in the sun. Don't get the sun. Don't get the sunlight in there. We continue on here with the 3 Cents Podcast presented by Integrity Roofing and Siding. Lillian Villanueva is on here and says hello. And Gina Francis says, I forgot Mike was out. Briefly thought he was being replaced. He has not been replaced or fired or
not yet
furloughed. No. He's just he's not with us today, and he sends his regards. But Mike Taylor will be back very
He's
soon.
somewhere over the Pacific Ocean.
Is that quite literal? We have a Mike tracker, like a NORAD.
Yeah.
Either that or sitting at an airport bar.
we have a tracker on Mike, not Santa Claus,
Yes.
just Mike.
Oh my gosh! Yes, so Mike
He's
was
at a bar.
Mike was in Hawaii, and I flew to Hawaii for my honeymoon almost 25 years ago. That's the last time I was there.
Oh wow!
But I don't know if you've ever flown to Hawaii or flown internationally. I know you have.
Yeah.
But flying over an ocean.
I've only flown to Canada, and that's it.
Okay, no ocean.
No
ocean.
But flying over an ocean gave me like I remember that anxiety 25 years ago.
Oh wow!
Of just like that feeling when you look out of the plane, and it's just similar to when I've been on a cruise.
Yeah.
And you look out.
Can't do cruises.
You don't do cruises?
No.
I enjoy cruises, except I don't
cruises.
get out on deck very often because
Yeah.
when you look out and it's the Gulf of Mexico,
I
whatever.
love it.
I get seasick so quick.
Okay.
Oh,
See,
man.
I enjoy it. I've not gotten seasick before, but
Yeah.
but
When we used to have the worst.
you had the Cleto.
the
That's
worst Cleto
right.
cruise. We had the worst
Oh,
Cleto
man.
cruise.
He had
I
his,
missed out.
He had his own cruise, and I
loved
always.
it, man. I loved it.
Was
It
it
was
Carnival Cruise with Cleto?
I forgot about
the first
that.
one was Carnival Cruise, and then the second, the
That's
last
right.
three were Royal Caribbean.
All right.
And
all
that
right.
was good stuff.
I
right
love
I
Royal
bet.
Caribbean.
Well, see, I get over it. I've gone on cruises. I get over it after a day, but that first day, I can't do anything. I'm just in the stateroom, just sitting there, just dying.
there. Wow.
And then finally, I get over it and then can enjoy the cruise. But
That's
I'm
right. So
I'm not big on boats.
you had the worst Cleto cruise, and I remember all those years I could never go on it because
Yeah.
we were working and everything. And I said we should do a news cruise.
Yeah.
Where we do the news cruise.
That'd be awesome.
And then somebody turned it into the news booze cruise or something like that. And I was like, well, yeah, let's not get out of here. But that was what a fantastic. You
It
need to get
was-
that gig again.
Yeah.
You need to figure that out.
Matter of fact, 'cause, everyone I talk to now is like, man, we need a cruise again. I mean, I miss it. We used to go in October, and I remember it was like during toward the end of the hurricane season, and
Yeah, you're not convincing me.
I know it's like and the cool thing about it for me was
That's when prices are half off.
Yeah,
right?
why
Yeah.
is it so inexpensive?
But the thing for me was what really helped, what I liked a lot was the fact that they gave me I had my own nights of stand up. Like I was in I was in one of the lounges.
You performed there,
Yeah, for our group only. And if others wanted to come in, they could, but it was our group only. And we had the first cruise that we had probably like about 150 people. So they were in that everywhere I had one at the karaoke bar, and then I had another one in the main lounge, and that was cool.
Here's what I don't like about cruises is after the third or fourth night, it's the same clubs and bars and whatnot.
Yeah.
You're seeing the same people just
Yeah.
over and
Yeah, you
over
see
and
them
over
over
again.
I had a blast because the thing with the last one we took, my kids were a little older, so they got a chance to go to.
Is that Royal Caribbean calling? Okay,
No,
let's
no,
say-
Yeah,
I
they're
wish.
like, oh, we forgot to re-up.
Sign
Yeah, right. We're back on the Where's Clipper cruise, and they would go to the daycare, that they had there, and they had all kinds of games for them, scavenger hunts. And
Oh
all this
yeah,
stuff. It was really cool.
just
I liked it.
Giant activity boat.
Yeah, me and Lynette would get with a couple of people like Mike Hernandez and his wife.
Yes,
We go to the
Rose.
club and we're just hanging out and dancing and having a good time.
Oh my gosh, we gotta
It was
figure it
fun.
out. It's good. 2024 goals again. Is we need to figure out how to get the
Drinks were inclusive. It was awesome.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
always, I mean, that's always
Yeah.
a plus. You know?
get the beverage
Get some duty free.
drink
Yep,
package.
that's right. Duty free. Well, you know what really got me was the fact that when we got off the boat to go to the excursions or whatever, go shop
Yeah.
and I remember I bought like it was my uncle had wanted a tequila and Cozumel, and he told me I forgot what brand it was.
Right.
Apache or something like that. And I'm like, okay. So I get it, and I'm thinking, he goes, yeah, you got to try this tequila. It's great. And I said, oh, okay, I'm not a big tequila, but all right, well, not. So no, it wasn't even tequila. It was like rum.
Oh.
So I wind up getting this thing of rum, and I'm like, well, I'm telling my wife, yeah, we're going to try it out. And what they do is they confiscate it.
Yeah.
When you get back to the boat,
You
and they don't
can't-
give it back to you till you get
Yeah, it's kind of
I
like,
was like,
yeah,
man,
that's what
I
duty
got-
free is all
That's-
about.
I got
Yeah.
ripped off over here. I'm
Yeah.
like, so there was.
My first trip to Spain, and my first international trip that I had taken as an adult that could drink, was to Madrid. And I went to the duty free shop and got some vodka and all this stuff.
Right.
And they put it in a bag, and then they seal the bag, and then you pick it up at the gate
Right.
when you're getting on your plane. So I got on the plane, and I don't know the rules. I just kept ordering sodas, and I opened up the bag, and by the end of it, I had an empty bottle, and I threw it in and I had nowhere to throw it, so I threw it in the bathroom. And the stewardess, flight attendant,
Yeah.
came over and said, "Excuse me, sir, is this yours?" I was like, yes. And she's like, you can't open duty-free stuff on the plane. So I'm going to let you slide on this one, but you could be arrested for this once we land in Madrid. I'm just like, I didn't know. This is my first time. Like, first time ever. And yeah, she let me slide, but
I was nervous.
yeah, I was.
Bet you felt great though when you.
Yeah. It was like 7 a.m. when we landed, and I was just completely hammered.
See, I don't
do that anymore.
I don't drink a lot on planes, like anything, like water stuff, because I always get. I don't really want to get up and go to the bathroom in the middle. It's such a pain
I feel you.
to get up.
What I
and
don't
go
understand.
That's why I
is,
get
like,
an aisle seat.
and then
I
go
always
in
have. I have to have an aisle.
I have to have an aisle.
Always. I want to be the gatekeeper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I have to
You
have.
don't
that
want to
aisle
look out the
seat.
window.
I could care less.
Yeah, I could
honestly.
care
Oh
less.
yeah,
too.
okay.
I'm not the window
Aisle.
guy.
No, okay. You're an aisle.
I
You're
get,
aisle.
guy.
I get claustrophobic.
Although the part that gets me is when I'm dead tired. Then and someone's
You
going to
curl
the
up.
restroom.
Yeah.
I gotta. Okay, let me.
Oh
wait.
yeah, when they keep.
Yeah.
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 You gotta, okay,
or
here you
lean
go.
up against. Well, you said then you're window guy, and you
Oh,
would
yeah.
lean up against the side of the plane.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the longest flight you've ever taken?
What would be? I think to Hawaii because I haven't. I've never
that like
traveled
12 hours. maybe?
to the Atlantic. I mean, over.
I did a nonstop
across the pond.
from San Antonio to Seattle once. That was
Okay,
long.
nonstop.
Oh, yeah, I've been
That
to
was pretty
Seattle.
long.
Not including non-stops. What's
No.
like the total?
Oh,
Wife.
well, my wife got me a ticket, and it was for a gig, and it was in Chicago. But it had the strangest route
Oh,
I ever
man.
had in my life. It went from San Antonio to Phoenix to Atlanta to Chicago.
The long way.
that
The
Frontier or
longest
something?
way-
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
it was like
Spirit-
it was
Spirit
like, it
Airlines.
was like United and Spirit was in there. It was one. Of
Oh, it was,
the legs.
it was one of those
Either one of
mix-ups
the
where it wasn't.
mix-ups,
Yeah,
yeah.
you were just switching airlines every.
It was the
every
one
leg.
with Freddie Fender in the back.
Oh.
Is that Freddie Fender?
Alaskan Airlines?
Alaskan Airlines. Yeah.
Is that Freddie Fender?
No, I don't think it's Freddie-
I think it's an Eskimo.
It looks like Freddie Fender. I'm like, oh,
Why did I say that? Why did I know that when you said that? Because I know what you're talking about, but I don't think it's
I
Freddie
saw
Fender.
it. I go, hey, that's Freddie Fender's plane. Let me get on that one.
I didn't know he was from Alaska.
Oh,
No,
man.
no.
So,
But
so was that like 12 hours or something? You had to transit for that?
Oh, it was long. Yeah.
gosh,
It was like, and then not only that, it was because it was the day before, so it was all day traveling from 5 in the morning. I didn't get in till about 9:30,
Yikes.
and that's talking about layovers.
Yikes.
1 hour, 2 hour, 15 minutes. I mean, it was just crazy.
The older I get, the more I want to pay for that nonstop.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? Like I'll pay extra
Yes.
for my time.
I can't walk as fast as I used to. And I get winded fast now since this whole COVID deal.
Right.
So I get winded fast. Now I'm like I'm that guy. Hey, you cart guy, you gonna go down?
Oh.
You know,
Slip them a couple of dollar bills
man,
or whatever.
I tell them I'll tip them to get me a ride.
Oh goodness, yeah. My sister has lived internationally for most of her adult life, and she's got all the stories about traveling with 2 young boys through Africa and Thailand and back to the States and traveling for 24 hours with a baby carrier and everything. I just
That's
God bless
rough.
her, but I just
Yeah.
that's not me.
Thailand,
Like-
that's the longest transit I've ever had to do. I drove to Houston, and then from Houston we flew to LAX, and from LAX we flew to something called Xiamen, China, and from China we flew to Bangkok. And it was a total of about 34 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the time changes and the jet lag and all of that stuff. But I don't know. Not that I don't ever want to go over there and see those parts of the world. I just
Yeah, I was watching the USA Dream Team, the one with Kobe in it.
Yes.
And the Redeem Team, I guess it was
yes, Redeem Team.
called. And I saw that they were flying from, I think it was Miami all the way to, where'd they have China, Beijing. What was
Beijing.
the Beijing Olympics?
The Olympics.
Yeah, so they were talking about 13-hour flight. I'm like, dang, 13-hour flight, that's long.
That ain't nothing.
I could
That's easy.
imagine getting on a 30-hour flight.
Well, now they're NBA players though. They're traveling in the lap of luxury.
Yeah.
probably,
Exactly.
with the,
Oh, it's a game. Have you ever had like a lay flat seat in the first class where
No.
you lay down and go to sleep?
no.
No,
I've
all
had
the
it.
rules are gone at that point. There's no jet lag. There's no such thing as jet lag if you
Right.
got a lay flat
I
seat.
forgot what airline I sat in. I was first class because they sold my seat. So they gave me first class.
Right.
And it had a desk.
What?
It was like a desk with a monitor and all this
Wow.
stuff. I was able to watch TV. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is sweet. It was my first time in first class.
I flew from Bali to Tokyo, and I was in the airport lounge. You could pay $20 to get. It's the Air Asia lounge at the Bali airport, and I had like a 5-hour layover, and I didn't want to go into the city, so I was like, I'm just gonna wait here, and I paid $20 all you can eat, like beer, drinks, whatever.
What did you do that you traveled so much?
I had a sweet video editing job that I could
okay.
take with me anywhere I wanted to
Nice.
go. Yeah, for
What
this
a life.
Wow, yeah, that's pretty cool.
It wasn't bad, and not to mention my mom's from over there, so I had a lot of family, so I could stay for free at a lot of these places.
Even better. Even better.
And,
That's one place I'd love to go is Tokyo.
Yeah.
I would
But
love to go to Tokyo.
When I was in the lounge, I met one of the flight attendants that happened to be the one on my flight, and we just got to talking, blah, blah, blah. Told her where I was going, and then when I was getting on the gate, she was like, hey, we got some extra room up front. You want to sit up here? I was like, sure. And I thought it was just going to be some, just a little bigger seat. It was a lay flat. Like, you just
Nice.
lay down, sat down. Flight attendant came over, gave me a blanket, covered me. It was an
That's what I'm
8-hour
talking
flight.
about.
I went to sleep. 8 hours later, I was in Tokyo. I don't remember any of it. I had little boxes of food just stacked up next to me when I woke up. I was like, okay,
It's a beautiful
this
thing.
is different. This is completely different.
Beautiful thing.
And when did you end that gig?
Pandemic killed it for me, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
I was in
Dang
Tokyo
pandemic, man.
at the very beginning of February 2020, and I came home because I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to come home.
Yeah.
That's the thing is they were stopping people from coming or traveling internationally.
And it was crazy because Japan, the airport, it was like February 2nd, I think was the day I was coming
It's
back.
my birthday.
They were handing out, oh yeah, there you go.
There you
I
go.
think that's Groundhog
That's
Day.
Groundhog
too,
Day.
right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So they were handing out masks at the Tokyo airport to everybody. They had plenty of them. And then I get to LAX and it's nothing.
Yeah.
There's no pandemic. Nothing's happening.
What's funny because I remember right before the pandemic, I noticed people in Fresno, and I remember I'll never forget. This is the first I started seeing people wearing masks, and I go, "Wow, these people look a little old to be Michael Jackson fans." And I thought they were Michael Jackson fans. Remember he had the
yes,
mask.
I remember he went through a
He wore
mask
the mask,
phase.
and I go,
Yes.
"Oh man, they're wearing masks." And then that's when I first started hearing about COVID,
Yeah.
and I was like, right when it hit. It was in California.
I mean, I was already used to wearing masks for traveling in Asia because it's a customary. If you're
Yeah.
feeling sick, you put a
Yeah.
mask on
Yeah.
so you're not disrespectful
Right.
to the other people. And
Yeah.
so my old trick on Southwest back in the day was put a mask on, and nobody's going to sit next to you because it's open seating.
Yeah.
It doesn't work anymore thanks to the pandemic.
That's true. But oh goodness. Well, that's what a crazy time.
Are you ready? Did you do all your Christmas shopping yet?
Almost. As a matter of fact, this afternoon I have to finish off a few things, but I got a lot done over the weekend. And I know I'm getting older. None of us are getting younger, but we did it on Saturday. And on the northwest side of town where all that construction, they had part of 1604 at Bandera was down to one lane.
Oh, wow.
On Saturday.
Over there by 1604, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's all under construction.
I don't even go that route.
You
On
can
a Saturday,
imagine.
huh?
On a Saturday, and it was beautiful. It was a beautiful day today. I mean, it's
during the holiday season.
But on the Saturday, when we're all trying to, and that giant HEB is right there, and all of the shopping is right there.
It's brutal.
One lane.
So who's responsible for this plan? Is that Mark Williams, the TxDOT guy, or is this city stuff? It's 1604.
I want to say TxDOT.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that, but I want to say TxDOT. But that's
Can we
the
get
thing.
this done overnight or something?
Yeah.
It's not Saturday during the holiday
in December.
season.
We were going to Mi Familia for the gig on last Wednesday. And Lynette goes, this is going to look beautiful once they finish it. Do you know when? I go, I don't know, 2034 maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's going to be a while because.
And then they'll say, we need to expand this again. But anyway, so fortunately, I know some of the back roads and I kind of avoid the highway and everything, but I felt so bad driving by and seeing all those people, that poor people. Like, there's nothing worse than when you pass the last exit before a major traffic jam and you realize you're stuck.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no way you can get out of this thing. And
that's how I feel at Delia's.
the tamale line.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, Delia's is over there too.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody the other day. Where I got my tamale hookup, and so we're good. But
Where do you get yours from?
Well, so my dad usually has the tamale. He's got a sweet lady that he I don't remember what side of town it is. It's not Delia's.
Yeah.
And so my dad's in charge of the tamales, and he's got those already ordered and everything. But the line at Delia's was 3 hours.
Wow.
The other day.
So
3 hours?
I'm not into the tamale tradition for Christmas, being a non-Mexican.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is Delia's the spot or something?
Well, it can be. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people swear by it.
Well, so Delia's is like super famous in the valley, and then like within the last 3 or 4 years, they finally opened up a location here in San Antonio.
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's where
They're some of the best ones I ever had.
All right.
And I when it opened like 4 years ago, I did wait in line for about 45 minutes for an hour. They're great, but I will not do 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to go. I go to Thea's.
Thea's tamales, yeah.
Thea's tamales, I like them. And actually, the one the tamales I really like are the ones from around the corner from my house. It's this small little shack, but they're not big. They're little small ones.
Oh,
okay.
I mean, it's like, I like,
Do you
Little
eat
minis.
do you eat your
Minis.
tamales with ketchup?
I used to. Not anymore. I used to.
What
not
do you
anymore.
eat them with? Because
I don't eat them with anything.
You just eat them straight up?
Straight
No
up.
salsa?
I'm like
queso?
I'll put queso on mine.
Chili?
I like chili.
I'll put chili or queso.
Homemade chili.
Yeah.
But I'll go ahead and I'll be like a sardine, like a dolphin to
Sardines?
You know how the dolphin gets sardine?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying you
No,
put
no,
sardines
no.
on your tamales.
Lynette will drop the tamale in
That's
his
right,
mouth.
right in my mouth.
You're like a sea lion.
Yeah, exactly.
gotcha.
Like a seal. I'm gonna say,
Or.
yeah.
Then
So
drop another one
drop
in.
it in me because that's how I like it.
Gosh, dog. Those-
I always.
Now, I will
you got to
eat-
have something
Now
on
I'll
a tamale.
eat
I
eggs.
can't do them.
I'll eat
plain.
eggs with ketchup. That's for sure.
I can't do ketchup.
I don't like ketchup
Ketchup's
either.
gross.
I don't like ketchup.
Well, no,
ketchup.
I'll tell you, I'll mix ketchup with mayonnaise and make fry sauce.
All right.
No.
I eat my fries with mayonnaise. I'll admit it. I'm a man. I eat fries
That's
with
okay. I
mayonnaise.
mean, I don't discriminate.
European style.
That's
you know?
okay. Well, you're a world traveler, so who am I
I did
to
it
judge?
before then. Though, but-
It's like, all of a sudden, that scene of Pulp Fiction comes in my head with John Travolta and Samuel Jackson.
oh yeah.
The El Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese. What do they call the Big Mac? Well, Big Mac's the Big Mac. So you call it the Le Big Mac.
Le Big Mac, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Which isn't true. I was well, I don't know about France, but I know in the Netherlands it's still called the quarter pounder.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't know if they're on the imperial and the metric system in Amsterdam, but it's not Royale with cheese, that's for sure.
It's funny. That's funny.
fascinating.
Yeah, I brought up the Christmas thing because we did something really interesting yesterday. I was my wife. I was voluntold that I was gonna be Santa Claus for.
I know about that.
Elf Louise, and I didn't know that that's part of the gig where your family that you're gonna go give gifts.
Yes.
And have you ever done that before?
I did it last year.
Did you like it?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. So
I did too.
Tammy and I and the 3 kids did it, and it was one of those things we wanted to do. We talked about it for years. We finally said, we're going to do it, and it was just as satisfying, if not more satisfying, than we could have imagined. And I think it was great for my kids to see, what was out there and how other families have it this time of year. And so, absolutely, I knew exactly what you're talking about.
I totally recommend it for anybody. I mean, they still need Santa drivers and deliverers. And my wife volunteered. My wife volunteered me and the kids, and I'm glad she did because it was a way for us to show the boys, our 2 boys, what not to take for granted and what to be, grateful for, and just for myself, I've done the Collector Claus thing for 9 years, and this is the first year I actually gave it a break. Like I took a break from it, and even though I was still raising money for like Eagles Flight and
I saw that.
And Thursday I got to go ring the bell at
Salvation Army.
Does Brad have our kettle?
I think Brad Mahar has the kettle.
Okay, so I got to go Thursday to go ring a bell. And if you're not doing anything, fellas, you can.
Yeah, no.
Me.
Let me know.
But it's one of the things. It's like you said. There's a satisfaction of seeing these kids. I mean, there was families that you would thought Christmas was yesterday.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that is their Christmas.
That is their Christmas.
Yeah.
They didn't care what was wrapped up. They
Right.
knew they were getting a gift, and seeing their eyes light up was just so overwhelming. And to me, it was like, wow, it's like we delivered 11 houses, all in the same vicinity. And it was just so great. I mean, I bought me a Santa Claus outfit.
Yeah, I have one too. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
And I kind of, was just overjoyed with, at first not wanting to be there because I was tired. I'll be honest. I was tired from the gig. I mean, all day long.
Right.
And then finally, I said, okay, let me just see what this is all about. And I was glad I was able to, contribute in some sort of way to make these kiddos, have a great. And I got the funny part is I got recognized 3 times by 3 families. And the lady goes, "Oh, look, mijo, it's Collector Claus, Santa Cleto." That's what she said. I go, "How can you tell?" She goes, "Your voice." Because I was like, "Ho ho ho!" I go, I took the shortcut by Petite, and they started laughing, right? And they're like, "Oh, and look, it's Santa Cleto." I'm like, "How do you know it's me? I had a beard and everything, and all you see were my eyes." She goes, "It's your voice." I go, "Oh wow." Okay,
that's
so
the thing. Yeah, no.
Everyone else is KSAT viewers. So.
Yeah. Well, listen. Cool for you to do that. So
that was nice.
Very good. Well, listen. We're gonna end it right there. We're so grateful that we had our Facebook family come on with us today. Mike Taylor again. Somebody else was asking what happened to Mike Taylor. Mike Taylor is safe. He's just in a plane 35,000 feet above the Pacific Ocean right now. So
to see his kiddos for
Christmas. He couldn't join us, but he'll be back very soon right here. And we hope you will be as well.
Absolutely.
For LG, Cleto Rodriguez, and Mike Taylor up in the sky right now in a plane.
I'm Mr. Jermaine. We miss you, Jermaine.
I'm Ernie Zuniga. This is the 3 Cents Podcast presented by Integrity Roofing and Siding. Happy holidays. We'll see you soon.
Merry Christmas.
$3 Cents Podcast is brought to you by Integrity Roofing and Siding.